There we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Okay, welcome back to my platform. If you're new here, my name is Astraea Love, and I'm here to give you guys a free reading, collective reading. Also, I forgot to type this in the chat. I usually do every day. If you send me a $20 super chat with a question, I will pause the collective reading and answer your question. Super chats take the priority. Okay, so that's the way that I'm helping people. Hi, Mia, welcome in. Oh, yay! I'm glad that you enjoy my readings. So everybody, make sure, welcome in Ragnarok. Make sure that you guys are familiar with my legal disclaimer. It is in the description box below. There's also a link to my other platform where I do oracle card readings. So a little bit less of the tarot, but we still use the tarot over there. But make sure you get a subscription to both platforms. Okay, but by watching my videos, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled. Be on your best behavior because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my videos, you're agreeing to not attack, bully, or persecute me for my calling. Also, this contract includes shadow banning and the copywriting of my messages. Everything said on this platform is copyrighted by God and the Holy Spirit, so don't steal messages from them. I'm just making sure my cards are in the upright because I want to start the reading with them all in the upright. Okay, so now we're going to do the prayer. And I'm already getting like I get telepathic messages that tell me to shut up most of the time. So we're going to play the throat chakra bowl. Hi, Shaman Maria. Yeah, I'm so glad my live is working. I was having another difficulty. It's like a day-to-day thing. But I don't want it to be. Okay, that feels better. But I'm going to play the crown chakra as well because I definitely can feel somebody trying to attack these two chakras. Okay. So that should help a little bit. Nice, you guys. I am glad that you guys are having a good Sunday fun day. Okay, so now we're going to do the prayer. So I ask that the Most High God come be with us now, and the Holy Spirit and the archangels, our spirit guides, our spiritual team, and any upgrades that we have coming in today. We open up to that. We also invite our higher selves forward into our consciousness and awareness now. And we're asking that specifically Archangel Michael and his team of workers to please return all evil. I pray to everything on this list for this reading and for every other. Please block out any evil eye or anyone that would try to negatively influence or impact this reading in any way. I pray for the highest light, the highest wisdom, and the highest truth to be revealed to me and my collective. And I pray for all of my subscribers. So now as I call upon your personal favor, Most High God, I ask that you would be with us and to please continue to give us the full armor of God for protection and covering. for our divine life purpose and work here on the earth. I am eternally grateful for your favor and love, your unfailing love for me. Thank you, Source. Thank you for blessing me and my subscribers, and thank you for healing the sick and creating miracles in your holy name, Lord my God. I give gratitude and thanks. I pray into thy holy presence and meditate upon your divine will. Amen. Yeah, never forget that God is always saving you from things that you guys don't know about. Literally. Oh, wow. That's awesome. I'm so glad that you looked up the Lyrans. How interesting. Yeah. So there was like a big Lyran war that happened, and it was like for a long time. I've read for a lot of people that were in that war. But you were definitely some type of royalty, Lyran royalty. I think you were possibly a family member of mine. That's how I kind of remember. Fucking Queen of Wands trying to jump out already. I'm like, I haven't even said the opening message yet. Come on, cards. So yeah. So what I was being told, the download was like, never forget that God is on your side and that God is working for you, because there are so many things that we don't know about that we've been saved from, that God has done a miracle. Like literally there are miracles everywhere. It's about us being able to spot them out and not taking for granted that, and you guys are meeting up with other Soul Tribe family in the dream state. This is awesome, you guys. Wow. I had a dream that I turned into a werewolf, and then I woke up and I was like, come on, the dream was just getting good. Like, oh, sometimes I will dream for like 10 seconds and then I'll somehow wake up, and then I'm like, I really want to go back into the dream to see what that was about. So yeah, you guys are going to be getting a lot of intuitive insight at this time. But what I was hearing is that God has covered you in ways that literally, God is covering you in ways that other people don't see. And so this is when people go and try to attack you, you're already covered by God. So what happens? That attack does not even touch you. It goes around you and circles back to them. So somebody is super confused of why first of all, they're confused why this hoodoo voodoo shit did not work. Oh, you woke up today after dreaming about witches? Wow, weasel and werewolf. LOL. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. That is so funny. Wow. You guys, make sure you're writing your dreams down, because there could be something in your dreams that's prophetic and you could not know. You know what I mean? Especially if you know who the people are. Yeah. Yeah, that's the message that I was getting, is that there's a lot of things that we're being protected from that we don't even know about. And God doesn't want us to know about it, because what would it do? It would stress us out, or we would get upset. And God wants us to be stable. God needs us, the light workers of the world, to be as stable as we can be, so that other people can look and see us being leaders and being stable people and then follow suit. Wow, weasels and witch rituals. You know what? It reminds me of on Winnie the Pooh. The villains on Winnie the Pooh. I know there's there's villains. They're called heffalumps and weasels, or woozles, or something like that, but they look like weasels. Like, I used to know somebody that straight up looked like a weasel. I just definitely. But yeah, I didn't know that they used weasels in witch rituals too. But they definitely, werewolves are definitely a type of magic. You had two creepy freaks with supposed friends, but I don't know. They were on the team. Okay, said hi to them. It was totally somebody else in the dream nightmare. Yeah, you guys will experience also sometimes, like, okay, let's say that you're in a situation, but you're in the dream state. You're in a situation, but you all have different bodies. You'll still be able to tell if some of those people in your dream are your parents. You'll be able to draw lines. But if you ever have somebody come into your dream and they're just like somebody in the physical world, and if And if it's like a different setting than this physical world, then that could very well be somebody trying to come into your dream. Like I had an ex come into my dream and try to get me to do stupid shit a few nights ago. And you would think that this person would just stop because I fold their ass up in the spirit. Like I'm a lucid dreamer. I can fuck people up in the dream state when they come for me. But still, it just shows that there's still healing and whatever I need to work on with releasing that person, which I forgive. Okay. Forgiving them. I'm choosing today to forgive them. That's all we can do is try to be a little bit better today than we were yesterday. So look at this. The star trait is already popping out. So this is definitely, yeah, they would shapeshift into them. Guess Hecate as a weasel. That was a goddess. Yeah. Yeah. You know, Hecate has got 3 different faces. I really like Hecate because she represents the mother, the maiden, or the maiden, the mother, and the crone. And so that's basically the entire life of a female. We go through each of those stages. And so she offers help. You know, she doesn't like men very much, but there's reasons for that. So she offers help to women specifically, especially when you're in those phases. She'll help you transition. So this star ability, you may be coming into contact with somebody who is famous or somebody that's a star, a world renowned star, or you may be about to become this world renowned star. This also talks about being really compatible with your mission and with your purpose here. Seeing the earth right after the star, if I look at these 2, I mean, I have to cover up their boobies and stuff. But if we look at these 2 people, I mean, why did they not just make that shawl go over the boobies? Like, for real, yo. Okay, so if we look at these 2 together, we can clearly see that somebody is a natural born star. Now, you came in with this star power. This is not something that once you got here, you did a devil ritual and you obtained. No, this is something that you incarnated into this planet, into this world called the Earth, which we're going to call this lady Earth. Okay. I think, it may be called maybe aliens don't call this planet Earth. I'm calling it Earth. You came into this lifetime with these star traits and abilities. Okay. So, this is really important to know that, because when you know that you've incarnated with something, it means not only does it run in your bloodline, but also God has instilled something on the inside of you, something that these people cannot, they cannot remove this and put this on the inside of them. It would seriously unalive them. That's what they're mortal beings. They couldn't hold this power of God that is incarnated through you. Somebody did not want you to know about this. They did not want you to find out about being a reincarnated being. And you could have been many different, like from Egypt, you could have had, what I'm saying is, like, you have many different reincarnated energies within you, many different that have reincarnated into this life. Okay. So the Ace of Wands, this is like telling you that it's a good time to begin new projects. You've got the energy and enthusiasm. Also, if you're wanting to start a family, this is insured. The level of terror and warfare you've been going through is always based on wanting, what and who you are and your light. Exactly. And they just don't, you were warlords across history. Yeah. You just don't. The thing is that people don't understand that the reason you are the way you are is because God created you that way. Not everybody believes in God. So some people just feel like, well, you were just lucky, or you just, and I don't feel like that at all. I feel like the chosen have been through probably more than everybody else, because we have to be the ones to lead everyone else. This is telling me that if you were worried about fertility or not being able to have children, this is going to be insured. This is you creating a family of people that also hold this same star capability. Trust me, if you've got it, your children will have it, or they do have it already if they're already born. And so, that is an insurance to your bloodline. Look, we got the Ace of Swords next. It's also, an excellent time for work. Okay, if you've put a project aside, pick it back up. if you and do think, and what I'm being told is like, if you want, try to think of life as living as like a child. Okay, what did you like to do when you were a child? Was it playing outside? Was it riding a bike? Start doing those types of things. Pickleball. I've been learning about pickleball, and it looks like it's really fun. Of course, it's like really freaking hot here. I don't know. I'm like, I don't even know unless there's like an indoor pickleball place. But um look into playing games and having fun more, because what I'm seeing is that sometimes we take life so seriously that we forget that we have an inner child that wants to play, that wants to draw, that wants to paint, that wants to just enjoy life. And so we can get stuck in this like 9 to 5 or whatever cycle or process you're stuck in. Some people it's a 9 to 5, some people it's something different, but it's like we've trained ourselves to basically make ourselves unhappy. Wow, yes. Yeah, remembering the things you did as a child. You also may remember that you had the ability to speak things into creation, to write them down into creation, to draw them and manifest them. You guys have special abilities that you used when you were a child, and maybe nobody paid attention to it, you know. I don't know. Families are all different. Everybody's family is different, but sometimes family members can be really cruel, and maybe they don't mean to. I don't know what the deal is, but it seems like the family of the chosen are supportive, but there's like a not trustworthy energy there because there's jealousy. Yeah, journaling as well, and also I know that I talk about meditation a lot, but you don't have to have a 30-minute meditation. You can do a 5-minute meditation. And if you guys are struggling, there's so many. I would suggest getting the meditation Bible. It's just like A to Z, everything that you can think of on meditation, different types of doing it. But I do feel like when you would get into creative energy as a child, you would enter into a meditative state, and then you would like to stay there for a long time. Maybe it bothered you when it was time to change classes, when the bell would ring and you'd have to like conclude a project. I know for me, like if it was art day, because art's like my favorite, and we were working on an art project and they were like, okay, now it's time to put it away, I would get pissed. I would like not be happy about that. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Meditation will definitely help you gain access to your inner child. I do feel like you guys are children of the sun. The King of Wands has come out over the past few days multiple times. This could have been like a father figure to you, or if your father figure was absent, this could be that energy. I do get that somebody's father was kind of like a ladies' man. So again, sometimes parents resent their children because they can't live the same. What I'm getting is this person was a hedonist or a hedonist. They were into pleasure, pleasure, pleasure. Wow, when this person passes away, it's going to be way different. They're going to go to the opposite polarity, most likely become a Cenobite. But yeah, so this person that raised you, I think that we're just being called to look at the masculine line. Was your father there? Wasn't your father there? Whatever feelings that, because I'm getting that somebody's parent blamed them for stuff, like blame them for them being alive. Maybe they made you feel like was never there for you. Maybe they made you feel like you were a burden or something. This person was like a ladies' man, and like how I was just forgiving my ex for being a douche. This is the same exact thing. That somebody did not do right by you, but that doesn't change the fact that they still are bloodline connected to you. So you never want to curse these people or even talk bad about them. You just want to find the nicest way to love them from a distance, because I feel like somebody could be afraid that what happened to their parent is going to happen to them. It's not. It's just like literally a cycle that's being broken, because God is your parent. These people on the earth, they were just, and God will never abandon you. You know what I mean? Even if you don't hear anything from God, like let's say that now when God gets upset, shit gets quiet. The angels stop talking. When the Most High like starts to make moves and moves in silence, you won't hear a freaking thing until all of a sudden you have a miracle or something has changed. I feel like this relationship with your father in this life reflects an issue with a relationship with the Most High. But the Most High is the parent above all parents, the one that will never abandon us. And it's not, and it's literally, I mean, the Most High will not intervene on people's free will, but if you seek the Most High will be there. That's what I'm saying. And so you could have been searching for your parent or seeking your parent and they were not there for you. They could have walked away from you and your mother, and just been kind of absent. I feel like this was okay for some of you. The relationship was extremely toxic. So it was probably better for you not to have that person around. There's other alternate realities where that person stayed in the family and they became aggressive. They were aggressive. That may be one reason why your mother, and again, see, the thing about mothers is that a lot of the times it's very hard to tell a child, yeah, these family members are trifling and ungrateful. They need to be grateful to be alive. Exactly. I thank you for saying that, Red Elephant. Yeah, your father cheated on your mom and abandoned us. Exactly. Yeah. So it's like your mother could also not want to be saying bad things about your father because, it's still your father. And so you should never feel bad about that. But I do feel like, first of all, those of you that had an absent father, your mother over cared. Like she really tried to pick up the pieces where this person should have been, adding to the family, but they weren't. And so like what I'm getting is that in other lifetimes, you were not spared from having to deal with this person. I feel like this masculine father energy would be very jealous of their own son. Definitely jealous of their own son, or very possessive and karmic and controlling. And they treated you like you were the burden, but this person would actually be a burden to you. So it's kind of like a karmic relationship that we're just releasing and cutting ties. Like when I see the Ace of Swords right next to the King of Wands like this, I know that you were protected from something. That God, you never know how God is protecting you and creating miracles for you. Because had you been under this person's care, you and your mother could have been harmed. You know what I mean? Just very abusive and neglectful person is what I want to say. And I'm not trying to be rude, but it is what it is. It comes out the way it comes out. This person could have walked away from you. Yeah. And like literally if this person is still alive, they may never like regret it until they pass away. That is such a shame. You guys are the energy. See, look at this. The sun, see that child right there? Regardless of how this person treated you, you're still going to be in the energy of the sun. Point blank, period. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. He was beating your mom. And he would have done the same thing to you. This is what I'm saying. God saved you from this person. Okay. Okay, girl gone. Let me look at your question. What does S and L? Who is S and L? Ancestors. Oh, Syrian and Lyran. Ha! There we go. Okay, so you know what I want to do? I want to grab the Starseed deck. What I'm being told is that, okay, so we talked about the water yesterday. So drinking more water, that's going to be something that, especially when we're in these hot seasons, you know what I mean? Yeah, you guys have very close ties to the Syrians and Lyrans. So do I. Okay, so there is something about standing your ground. Somebody may be coming to you. It could be a family member. It could be somebody that's an estranged family member, but somebody will be coming to you and asking you for either a favor or assistance. Yeah, you're being told to use your intuition with this person, even if they are a family member or an estranged family member or a twice removed family member. Whatever this person is saying, however they're saying they've changed, they've not changed. Baby steps, action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. So this is basically telling me that, yeah, this person says or is going to say that they've changed. Action, follow your intuition. So I was just saying, follow your intuition. Use your intuition with these people because somebody is going to come to you with some type of sob story and they're going to want you to give into whatever it is. Yeah, they're everywhere along the bloodline. Yeah. And this could be about borrowing money. I feel like people need to not look at you as a source of income or a source of gain. And again, that's hard to do when you have greedy ass family members. Called, look at this. 2 cards came out. Called, you're being called right now. Soul gifts and training, it's time to step up. So you are actually being called right now to step up. And somebody may call you to be like, there for the family or whatever. I feel like your immediate family, aka your children, your immediate family, that's what you need to take care of. Anybody trying to make you feel any guilt about not taking care of their bills or not helping them when they're in need. I feel like somebody may even ask you for a favor that you just don't have the energy for this person because they're very draining. See, I'm looking at this Earth card. It says, learn how to be human in the world, but not of it. So you are being called. And this is the thing. You guys have a lot. Well, specifically you, Girl Gone, you have a lot of downloads that need to be processed. Like I'm just seeing the wait to be processed thing. Ding, 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 ding. You have a lot of downloads that are going to come in about your family and the people you've had around you. Also about children. Okay, there could be a message about children. Whoa. Star ancestors. This is so funny. So in that picture, I am seeing like, okay, see how Thoth is right there? That's like Thoth. And then I'm not for sure who this one is. This looks like an Egyptian person. Yeah, these two are Egyptian people. And then there's Thoth. So this is showing me that you do have Thoth as an ancestor. Now, the good thing about that is Thoth is really, really wise. Okay. Basically, what I was talking about, writing your downloads anytime you get an intuitive message, I would write it down because all of these intuitive messages are all going to link up and create one big, I wouldn't want to say story, but one big message for you. And then you're going to be like, okay, this is why. Because I feel like each dream that you have, there is a message in each dream. And then also when you feel things, you feel an intuition about certain situations. And that's why you don't go forward on them. Oh, wow. Yeah. If you guys are being educated by Thoth in the dream state, I would not surprise me. The halls of Amenti is where I've been in the 5D with Thoth. Again, everything. That's why having a journal right by your bed or having the dream app. So the moment that you get up, you can jot down what it is, because I feel like you guys are getting serious downloads. And these are downloads that are going to change the planet. They're going to change everything, like on the inside of you and on the inside of everything else. I also feel like you guys are getting downloads about how the pyramids were built, what purpose they have, how they generate energy, and how they can be used for ascension. So you may end up creating a book at some point about these downloads that you've received. Because these are not normal downloads. These are definitely starseed downloads. And starseeds are people who have had more lifetimes. You're good. You're already writing a book. Had dreams walking through the halls of Egyptian temples. Yeah, that's the halls of Amenti or Amenti, however you say it. So yeah, when you get these downloads, it's going to be imperative to write them down, because they are yours, but they're also yours to share. And it's going to create a new body of work, kind of like how Thoth wrote. Well, I don't know who wrote the Emerald Tablets, but I know that Thoth was involved in it, right? Serious of serious. Yes, there's hidden language in language. Look at this. It says surrender to the sweetness. Giving me real big Garden of Eden vibes with that. This says that Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. So yeah, this is going to enrich your life so much, because the message the downloads that are coming through are loving, but they're also helping you recognize patterns and frequencies, patterns, and different ways that of thinking, believing, and living that could just basically be shifted by changing the way that you focus on things. Deep cellular healing. So yeah, the downloads that you have, this is a really cool picture. They're going to create deep cellular healing for other people, which is like, when we hold on to it says Arcturus energy. So the Arcturians are beings that they use a lot of calculations like math and stuff like that. It says physical and emotional healing. So you may be very, very drawn to numbers, or you may be seeing a lot of numbers at this time. So yeah, this download is going to cause people to go through a massive healing. Kind of like how the Emerald Tablet, but the Emerald Tablet is really abstract because they don't actually have the real tablets where we can look at it and read it. You know what I'm saying? Wow, perspective. Look at this. Look how small the earth is. So you're gaining by coming to the earth, you're gaining a new perspective, one that you would not have gained had you stayed in the star systems that you were in. It says none of this matters. Zoom out, common ground. So again, part of this body of work that's going to come through you as downloads is how to release, because I do feel like perspective is when you change your perspective on things, the actual situation will change. The 7 star sisters. Okay. Birthing creations, tapestry of life and expression. This is how you may end up even working with these Pleiadian sisters. Okay. These are different stars, but they're also different energies that will help you weave in these downloads, because coming from the unconscious mind or even in the sleep state, it can be abstract, but when you put it into word, the energy of the Pleiades is like surrounding that, especially the expression, helping you guys express this. And there's always a simple and easy way, like you don't have to use big words, anything like that. There's always a simple, easy way to explain things so that people can understand. Yes, you're part of this world, but you're not of this world. Even though your body holds the energy of the earth, and the earth is the earth, but that's just your physical body. Your spiritual body is not of this world. So this knowledge is not, I would say it's not from really earth. It's coming from higher dimensions and higher levels of consciousness. Lifting the veil. This is what it's going to do. Literally, it's going to lift the veil so that people can see themselves as they truly are, which is divine. That's a big deal. That is a seriously big deal. This is why these energies are coming in so strongly for you. It says, question everything. Anything unaligned must go. So you could even be writing about how to, I was just hearing that whatever's written down can be adapted into video form as well. But you're going to be, basically what this writing is going to do is it's going to help people unveil their divine life purpose. So yeah, wow, that's big, you guys. And it's also putting you in alignment to succeed. And this is going to bring in so much good karma, you guys. Like just getting these downloads written down and then putting them into some type of format. This is going to bring in a lot of good karma, especially anytime that somebody buys or purchases one of these books. The world is going to become a better place. Like literally, there's something that you're getting a download about how to Stop thoughts when they're in the middle of creation. Okay. Because if we can do that, we can basically, not doubt ourselves, because those are the thoughts that really keep us from succeeding. Any type of doubt. And again, you may also be teaching people how to listen to their abilities and use their gifts. It's basically like you're going to be writing something. You guys are going to be writing something that's going to be like taking the red pill I think it's the red pill in the Matrix, where you wake up from the Matrix and you start realizing the law of attraction is real and stuff like that. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, and again, I'm getting that whatever you're going to write or come up with is going to be something that a 5-year-old can read. I mean, just real common English. It doesn't have to be, super advanced for people to understand the message. And this is why when you guys have dreams, write the dreams down and then meditate on the dream and you can always ask your guides to show you more about the dream. Good. You are already writing journals. I feel like you're just going to turn these journals into books. I mean, they're already extremely interesting, and you may call it like the story of my spiritual journey or something like that. Messenger, serious energy, bring harmony and balance. The energy of Sirius, bringing in harmony and balance. This is also healing, though, like deep, deep cellular healing. Healing on levels that we as humans are not aware of, or not conscious of. And so it seems people think that ignorance is bliss, but I just think that ignorance is stupidity. I think that I would rather know that something is going on or something needs to be healed than not know. But what I'm hearing is that people who have been abandoned by their parents, who have been abused and neglected, you're going to be teaching these people how to gain control of their emotions. And that's a big deal. Learning other people, hearing your personal avatar. Exactly. Yeah. Your personal experience is going to be imperative, because then they can take, some of the things that you've done and they can try and see if that will work for themselves. Again, everybody's a little bit different. So the same thing that works for you may not work for somebody else, but this download that you're going to get and that you are getting will work for anybody that reads it or comes across it. That's why there's some type of force that wants you to like be narrow-minded about something. See, this Syrian ancestor is bringing in harmony and balance to something that was out of balance. And it could have been having to recover from, adoption, having to recover, especially people like we're talking about being abandoned by your parents, but especially because the bigger thing is feeling abandoned by God. But when you're young, you don't understand it that way. Look at this star family. You're part of a team of souls. Call in your support. So yeah, anytime that you sit down to write, call in your support, because you have an entire team of light that's here to come down and support you and to give you messages. You may even end up channeling specific things like light codes. You may end up drawing specific drawings that heal people. I feel like whatever this is that you're going to create, it's something that you're working on with you and your spiritual team. And I can tell you that there's a lot of people that make things that are supposed to be spiritual, but they don't. Yeah, you write experiences and you look up the history, but these experiences are important because they're taking you into the light, and they're also going to help other people get into the light. It says call in support. So if you ever feel weary, call in that support. Lost lands, soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. You absolutely have done this before. Part of what this knowledge is, you brought to other worlds and they've ascended. Literally, the planets have ascended. That's part of what your mission is here. This is what your guide is saying, is that you're going to have some memories that come up in the dream state of other lands and other times. And you may remember technology that used to exist that doesn't exist now. I'm also hearing that it may be Shambhala. You may actually, in the dream state, go visit one of these lost lands. And you'll be able to explain how things operated within those lands, which is beautiful, because I do feel like you've had a lifetime living on the inside of the earth, inner earth kingdom. And that would be really, really interesting, because there's a lot of people that I mean, there's a lot of people in the past that wrote about Shambhala and Tartaria, but if you wrote about it, it would be the actual truth from living memory. And what I would think that dreams are living memories, because you're going to have, it's like, once you gain access to this in the dream state, anytime you need to go back to it, your mind will be able to. All paths lead home. Okay, there may be something about Stonehenge and going through a labyrinth. It says inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. I'm definitely seeing like labyrinth energy and Stonehenge energy. So yeah, this is going to help people with their interdimensional self. That's part of going within and building your energy up. And also there may be a part of what you write that ends up saying, yeah, living with Gaia, that ends up saying like techniques for psychic protection, or maybe something like that. Like, that's what I'm getting, is that you have created some type of technique to protect yourself, and it's working. Because just because you can empathically feel something doesn't mean that it's actually like affecting you. It's only the empathic energy of it. Breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe, literally. So this knowledge is going to teach people about the universe within, and it's going to help them tap into God. That's why this is so important. Wow, my ears just got so hot. So somebody in your family is going to be real jealous of this. So and it is like an extended family member. Because this is ensured success. If you continue to write these journals and then publish them, and embellish just a little bit on each subject, you're going to have a body of work that is going to make money. And somebody in the family, I'm getting like money hungry people coming out of the woodworks. So when that happens, and again, you may even dedicate one of these, because it's going to be more than one book. You may dedicate one of these children, one of these books, to creating like a bank account for your children, and then having the money for the sales from that book go into your children's funding, right? So somebody's going to see you building up and saving money, and they're going to come in and try to destroy that, or they're going to want it for themselves. And again, no, whoever this family member is that comes in to do this, they gamble. Okay. So yeah, they do some type of gambling. Trust the timing. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. So yeah, don't feel like time is running out. I feel like that everything happens in divine time. And this whole process of healing, it's like you're going to go through the process of healing so that you can describe it with these techniques that you have in your journal. And also writing down every time that you discover and uncover another thing about a dream, write it down. Like, yes, your journals are going to your kids. Exactly. And so this is going to be, a lifesaver, literally. I remember, like I said, this is something you've done before. Soul plan, the fated life versus the destined life. And I'm going to ask right now, what is the difference between fate and destiny? Because I thought they were the same thing. But yeah. While often used interchangeably, fate and destiny differ in their implications. Fate generally refers to an unchangeable course of events, often predetermined by external forces, while destiny suggests a predetermined course that can be influenced by personal choices and actions. Oh, wow. So fate implies a lack of control, where destiny is talking about having control. Okay, I'm liking that, because I do feel like you're going to have control. Also, there may be a part where you teach other people how to use their gifts and abilities and how to tap in. This is like definitely gonna be something that you remember how to do. It's like double mission. Light worker starseeds serve the world by being you. Yeah, so leading by example and then creating this body of work is basically fulfilling that double mission. Wow. Wow. Earth school. Literally, look at you falling down there, just going, okay, I'm going to go to Earth. I'm going back to Earth school. So knowing that this life is literally Earth school, it says life lessons, soul growth, study, and higher learning. You came back to the Earth that you could bring all of the knowledge from the stars with you. And now it's time to put that energy and put that creative energy and expression energy. And that's why these guides are coming in for you now to help you express it, understand it, and then get it out to other people. So yeah, this is beautiful, you guys. Wash your hands by what? Wash my hands. What is this person talking about? Tabitha, what are you talking about? Actually, I don't really care. Give me 1 second. Wash my hands. What in the fuck was she talking about? I always wash my hands, like probably more than anybody else. I like wash my hands every time I go to the bathroom. So I don't know what the hell that person was talking about. Wash your hands by. No, they need to fuck off by. So anyways, yeah, you came here to basically go back to Earth School, but you're one of the teachers of Earth School. So it's like going through life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. This higher learning is this energy that Thoth is coming in with. Weight of the world, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. Anybody trying to come in and burden you with their problems, because people are going to start seeing you be successful, and then they're going to basically come in and ask for stuff. And so it's not your job to, like, already by you doing the work yourself and creating these journals, these books, you're basically taking a lot of weight off of the world. So anybody else coming in trying to make you feel like you need to carry their burdens is wrong. And if this is a adopted family situation or any type of family situation where somebody is definitely misinterpreting some shit, like whoever these family members are, they're misinterpreting shit. This is why you need to have healthy boundaries with them and let them deal with their own drama. Again, you can be the generational curse breaker, but these people, they have to want to change their ways as well. We, the Hathors. Okay, so you definitely have a connection to the Hathors. Now, this is about deep love, mother's milk, birth is a portal. So, or maybe part of, there's probably a lot of people that feel abandoned by God, by their parents, by the divine. We, the Hathors, that divine mothering energy is coming in to add back the divine feminine, which has been really suppressed and oppressed in this world. And that may be part of your teachings. Okay. Also, you may do something with sound alchemy. The Hathors, they use sound, kind of like crystal singing bowls, that type of stuff, but they use sound and frequency to open stargates and heal and change the vibration. The Seas of Mintaka, seeing potential, bringing the unconscious to the light. So yeah, you're going to be bringing this unconscious stuff to the light, and it may come through as pictures, and it may come through as vivid memories or dreams. However it comes through, you guys are, Girl Gone, you've gotten really good at describing things. Okay, so I feel like however the download comes in, you're going to be able to describe it to other people. Yes, yeah, you feel alone in crowded rooms. Yeah, and that may be for a little while, but you will attract people that are like-minded to you. Okay, so It's just, you have to go through, I don't know why people have to go through this, but it's part of Earth School, going through people that are not compatible and then finding the people that are compatible. Well, your children are compatible. Okay. I mean, that's what is going to happen, is that these starseed children are going to be compatible no matter what. And so basically, by you having a good relationship with your family, your children, your immediate little circle, and even if you don't have children yet, still, for those of you that don't, you having a good relationship, that's going to heal this generational wound that you were traumatized by. And so knowing that your children don't have to go through the same thing that you went through. And again, you could be like, your higher self could be one of the divine feminine mothers of the planet. People that have incarnated here to help mother the earth back to health. So yeah, somebody's sending some weird ass energy to you. I can feel it happening right now. And I'm wondering if this is coming down the grapevine. Let's see. Where is this energy coming from? Archangel Michael, do you have anything that you want to say about that? Okay, well, it's jealousy and envy, but it's a lot of it. This is because you were born a star. I'm hearing that Lady Gaga song Born This Way right now in my head. This is because you were born a star. I really feel like you carry the knowledge of the stars within you. Somebody's really jealous of that. Maybe you used to say psychic stuff when you were little. Maybe you guys would, like, I know I was always getting in trouble for, my mom would be like, sit on your hands, do not speak, because I would say stuff and not know, just being a little kid. And they'd be like, how did you know that? And anyways, but you guys are going to be completely different with your lives and your children. And knowing that you are a child of the Most High God, that's who your true parent is. And if you follow God, and you go in the direction of the divine, go in the direction of your higher self, you'll never be disappointed. Never. Yeah. Lyran starseed. Absolutely. Absolutely. And the Lyrans went through, like I was saying, a big war. So you may be healing from like that galactic war, which would be a good thing because we want to avoid having another war on this planet. And I feel like everything does happen as above, so below. So there is an aspect to, fighting for your lineage and fighting for the right to hold the power that you hold. Especially I'm seeing some type of old lifetime where you were a woman and you held power, and that was like a problem to people or to whoever these beings were. So yeah, you being female again and holding power, maybe you were in the civilization of Mu. Okay, I get big confirmation on that. So where does this evil eye stuff come from? It seems really old. Somebody that's spying on you. Okay, girl gone. So this is still part of your reading because this is all collective, but hopefully that helped answer your question. And yeah, so this is important to know that you do have somebody that's watching you. They're watching you heal this inner child, and they're not happy about it. I feel it's because this person can't heal their inner child. That's why creating this body of work is so important, because it's going to help people heal on a deep cellular level, and it's going to help them connect. And so this person that's studying you, I feel like they're studying you. I was going to say watching you. They're watching you. This is somebody that wants to be something. They just know that you're about to create something. You've seen that show? Yeah, they know that you're about to create something, like literally. And so they're just kind of watching. And then they're going to want to come in and be a part of it, but this person would only slow you down. That's why you can't take everyone with you. Yeah. See, they're watching to see if this emperor is gonna, if you're gonna turn into this emperor or if there's an emperor coming into your life. What is it? Why is it always, God, can we please get a different story? Yeah, once this one's cleared up. But why, what is the obsession with the emperor? This is talking about father and child. You know, what is the obsession with trying to stop somebody from becoming the emperor? Like, what the hell? This is somebody that doesn't want you to master your own emotions. And so they feel like if they watch you, they'll be able to either copy you, or I don't even think it's about taking something from you. It's about duplicating you. They're definitely watching you to see if you can master your own emotions. They want to know what they can use against you. Okay, so there is that energy of somebody literally wanting to use something against you, but they don't have any solid proof of anything. Yes, I keep getting the same feeling that you need to be alone in this journey, that this is not, that these downloads are for you to share with the world, but that don't tell anybody that you're working on it, like, until you've got it pretty much. I would just, like, once it's finished, then come out with it, because even then this person's gonna, you know, they're trying to watch your journey so that they can copy it, but they're not going through the same experiences. So it's kind of strange to me. A magician, yeah, magically. How you're gonna pull a rabbit out of a hat? Somebody wants to know. It's, you're pulling a rabbit out of a hat through working through your dreams and writing down your downloads. I mean, this, I really feel like there's somebody out there that believes that God just gives you everything, that you don't have to work for anything and you don't have to try it all. And I feel like that's retarded. That's totally not true. Yeah, it's like, it's just totally not true. Like, you've had to work for everything, and writing a book, that is doing work. I mean, yes, you're writing it a little bit at a time, but it's still doing work. Like, this person believes that God just throws things into your laps. No, that's not true. And you could have like a biological family member that is envious that something is going to you. This could be a gift and not to them. And so, you know, they feel like they're entitled to something that God is giving you. And I disagree. The Hierophant. Literally, the fact that you outpower these hierophants, that you outrank them and you have more power than them and you have more connection, that really bothers somebody. It really bothers somebody. So you never know what type of shit your family could be into. I mean, you're going to pick it up though. You're going to be like, oh, okay, this is what they're into. This is what they're doing. This Hierophant group is somebody that, you know, I don't know why I'm seeing literally, maybe you went to church as a child somewhere and somebody wanted to do an exorcism on you. They were trying to literally extract. They wanted this I don't think that this exorcism happened, but they wanted this shit to happen because they were going to try to extract this monitoring spirit person. They were going to try to extract that, all of the stuff we were just talking about that's within you. And they thought some fucking exorcism was going to work. No, you're not possessed by anything. The hell. And I know that we all have different times in our lives where we could feel like we're possessed by something, but I'm literally seeing that it's impossible for lower entities to possess you because of your genetic makeup. That could be one reason why they have to mess around and influence people around y'all, because they can't directly mess with you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, I feel like this is collective for all of you guys. So it'll all be a little bit different situation, but we're hitting on core stuff. There's definitely somebody that is interested in the Christ knowledge that you hold. They also want to know what the stars hold. Well, obviously, that's your information. These people are not going to be able to extract that. The Hangman, this Hierophant group, like I said, they were trying to do something to you when you were younger. I don't know if they, you know, whatever this was, whatever pretend a religious group this was, but Yeah, I feel like your parent didn't make you go back to that church or something. You guys just stopped going. And again, this could be also some type of church using spell work to try to sacrifice people and to try to take their gifts or make them join. So again, you could have been like, and this is why I say that, because you could have been just one service one time, and there could have been somebody that's like trying to get you to come back all the time. Yeah, your mom pulled you out of church. Yeah, thank God for that, because you had somebody that was literally going to try to take your life for the blessing that you have. They were like pretty much set in their mind to do this, but this was not. And they felt maybe because you didn't have a strong relationship in your family, or that your father wasn't there, whatever the situation was, they felt like you would be damaged goods and it would be just easy to rip, I'm hearing taking candy from a baby. Okay. Which is probably not even easy to do because they can cry really loud. So I don't know. But they thought that this would be taking candy from a baby, not even realizing that, it's impossible to do what they wanted to do. And that, first of all, there's nothing wrong with you. Just because you hold higher knowledge, it means that you're an advanced soul. It doesn't mean that you're possessed by the devil. What the fuck type of devil knowledge? A devil's an idiot. Point blank, period. What the hell? The devil doesn't hold anything that's worth any type of value. So if you really were possessed or satanic or whatever these people were trying to say, and what I would call it would be gifted, but if you really were that, things would look a lot differently. You would have been curb stomping kittens, okay, instead of drawing sweet pictures for your parent and acting good. Like, it would have looked way different. But people that are attached to these religions, they don't know their head from their ass, to be quite honest. Yeah. You drew people for sure. I did too. I was always drawing like my perfect family. It was just sad shit. But yeah, nobody's going to be able to take this from your children either. Archangel Michael's like, yeah, that's not going to happen. That's absolutely not going to happen. The Chariot, literally, these freaking cops keep coming out, these authority figures. Okay, whatever their sacrifice. This is like so weird to try to get somebody in trouble with the police because of what they know. This is somebody that was spying on you. Maybe they wanted to get you caught up, or they wanted to this could be about them trying to blackmail you, blackmail information out of you, or blackmail you for something. This is not going to work out well. These police officers are being sacrificed, point blank, period. Yeah, you're too strong for them. No, these people lack strength, and they also lack like common sense, which is something you really should have if you're going to be a person of power. These people wanted to defeat you, and they just didn't know, how they were going to do that. They definitely were trying to get judgment called on you because of this star ability. You've been talented your whole life. So what is it with this Hierophant group? Yeah, they feel like they're calling the shots, this Hierophant group does, but they're not. You're the one that's the magician, not these people. These people are not calling the shots. Not in your life. Yeah, you've got a Two of Cups love offer coming from the universe. This is coming from the universe and from your guides and from God. It's not going to be taken away, and there's nothing that these people can do about it. And it's pretty weird. It's pretty weird for weirdo officers. Like, I don't know what type of weird cop. Maybe these are not cops in America. I don't know what the hell they are. But they're strange. They're definitely this is not cool. These officers are demons. Okay, they're some type of creature. I just heard, yes, they are. They are some type of fucked up creature. So yeah, the fact that they wanted to stop this love offer, they want to stop you from being an intuitive is what it is. Three of Swords. But there is also something about love. They want to make sure that you do not come together with a person. Okay. That's so basically these people are enemies from another lifetime. They don't want you to come together with your guides. That's one thing. They don't want you to come together with a person, and they don't want you to come together with this body of knowledge. Maybe it threatens their power, their reign of terror. Oh my gosh, my nose is running. Why is my nose running? Also, they could be sending the energy of causing you to fight with a lover, or they want you to fight with a lover, or they want you to fight with the divine. These people want someone to betray you. Nobody's going to betray you. I'm not kidding. Look at this. Archangel Michael's like, yeah, I don't fucking think so. I do not think so. This is telling me that you have temperance. You know when to, like, you know when somebody is just trying to get your goat, and you know when there's actually a serious thing. I feel like just be wary of any maintenance people. If you have anybody showing up to your property and they want, even if it's the cops and they want to gain access to your home, there's something fucking weird about these people. And maybe they're cops from another country. I don't know, but there's something definitely not right about these people. Archangel Michael's literally protecting you from these freaking weirdos. And I am getting some weird sexual energy from them. These cops could be the ones that are sending the evil eye. So maybe they want you out of the community. They definitely don't want you coming together with this person. They don't want you having a connection to God, obviously, because it overrides the power that they hold. Even as police officers, they could be officers of the law, but that does not mean that they can overpower God. And these people could be straight up upset that they're not able to overpower God and they're not able to block a relationship. Yeah, reach out to your guides and they keep working against any relationship. Oh, I don't think that your guides are working against any. Well, the thing is if you're picking relationships with the wrong people, your guides will tell you, but they'll never try to work against you. They're always working for you. You get into both romantic and interpersonal relationships. Yeah. Yeah, I was feeling that, Ragnarok. I was feeling the evil eye. I was feeling that. Michael's here sending it right back. So again, just be grateful that you're sensing it, you're empathically picking up on it, but it's not affecting you. But yeah, I feel like these people that want to have a victory over you, they want to have a victory over you. That's what this is about. They feel like they can overpower God and the will that God has. They don't like the fact that you're a spokesperson for God and the Holy Spirit, and they don't like the fact that, I mean, what are these people truly the devil? Like, they don't like the fact that you hold the Christ knowledge. Each one of you in the chat has a different piece of knowledge. That's why I'm feeling like this is such a weird situation with these evil ass cops. I feel like these cops are definitely part of a community, and maybe the community that you had to leave behind. These people are trying to still do things to trigger you. Like, God is going to annihilate the shit out of these people. They should really have not done this. The fact that they're right next to the hangman shows me what God has planned for them. And this Hierophant group that stuck these cops onto you because they, have always wanted to do exorcisms on you and shit like that. I remember being in an exorcism, just sitting there scared as fuck, waiting for something to happen. Of course, nothing was going to happen. Yeah, literally. I feel like your parent protected you when you were a child from this type of energy. People have been trying to come for you for a minute now, like since you were a teenager, I feel, or maybe even younger than that. But they've been definitely watching and spying on you, wanting to see how this star energy develops. This is wild. Queen of Wands, she came out at the very beginning. This is the energy that female energy that was like at church or whatever, this freaking weird ass dark woman, not in complexion, but just aura dark. Her aura is dark. Very dark person that insisted that blessings and exorcisms be done. No. Fuck no. This is one reason why your mother was like, no. Whoever your parent was like, no. Nope. We don't need to go back to that church. Any church that thinks that my child is the devil or anything of that, no, fuck them. So thank God that you had a reasonable parent. Literally. I feel like somebody's father would have sold their ass up the river the first chance they got. And literally, if that person, you were saved from this person. Justice, literally. You were literally saved from this person. They would have been a tyrant. Yeah. And this is what I'm saying. Your mother could have even felt like she needed to defend you from this situation, from this Hierophant group as a child. The Seven of Wands talks about being, I feel like somebody was defending you, you know, and this is why you were pulled out of church, literally, or that you didn't go back to it or whatever. But yeah, it says, be strong and aggressive. Expect criticism and challenges to your authority. This Queen of Wands lady should have expected. I mean, she obviously doesn't believe in God because she would have known that God and the Holy Spirit doesn't support this stupid shit. And that, you know, she would have just known. But this woman's been watching you your entire life. Your entire life. You could have had to stand up to this person or tell them about themselves. And I hope that this is not somebody that's connected to religion in your family that's wicked, because this Queen of Wands energy seems like they're very convincing. They can convince most people to give up the souls of their own children, but not your family. This is because your family's gifted. Seven of Swords, literally. So having to defend yourself put you in a position where many choices confront you, but only one is correct. And it's going in the direction of God. These other people are basically they went in the wrong way. Okay. There was an arrow that said God, to go to God this way, to go to Satan, go this way. This person went to Satan. They just literally believe more. This is like somebody who hides behind a religion, but does black magic voodoo. Like, because they're actually another culture that does that shit or whatever. But they hide it behind religion. So yeah. I get that this person could be like, you know, an older person now, but when you knew them, they were younger. When you were a child, they were younger. And you may end up having a dream or a memory about this person. The devil. What did I say? Literally. See how those people are chained to the devil? They're chained to the devil. This is just denoting a greedy, materialistic, selfish person. This is the person that's going to come in the moment they see you having this success, and they're going to demand that you take care of them or that you give them. This person, no, do not give this person money. Okay. This person will either gamble or they spend it on illegal substances. And I'm not saying that if you do these things with money that you're a bad person. But when it comes to you getting money the right way, spiritually getting pennies from heaven, and you have some leech that wants to come in and attach itself to your success and then wants to basically make sure that they're the beneficiary, I feel like somebody wants power of attorney over you. What is your air elemental guardian? Protects me with ravens and birds. Oh, okay. Let's look at that. Let's look at that. Okay, I'm getting big fairy energy. You have a lot of fairy energy around you. I'm kind of getting that there is a portal open. Now, not all portals are bad. Just know that, you guys. Sometimes they can be bad, but not all of them are bad. Okay. So it's important to know that, because the word portal, anytime anybody says it, I go, oh shit. But no, not all of them are bad, actually. Yeah, fairies love you guys. I'm not kidding. To the point where they are part of this protection team that you have. They're fourth dimensional. So it's like they blend in with nature. I don't know how to describe it, but what I'm seeing is I'm seeing fairy energy, and I'm seeing a lot of it. A lot of it. So there may be a portal. If you have woods around your house, or stream, there is definitely a positive portal there. The land of dreams. Look at this. Okay, so Gorgon, you may end up having a dream about being, I just heard one of the Norse deities. You could have a dream about being one of the Norse deities. You could also have a dream, given big Sandman Morpheus energy. So yeah, you're getting divine dreams. You could also have a dream about this fairy lifetime that you had. Wow, the land of dreams coming out. So yeah, you're definitely opening portals in the dream state. That is really cool. Also, I'm picking up on more than one type of fae. So yeah, I'm feeling like there are fairies that have like wings, but I'm also picking up on like sprites, like tree spirits, and then I don't know, they're about yay big, about that big. I don't know what to call them, but they're in your house. Beyond fear. Yeah, you're moving beyond fear. Literally. Oh my gosh, these dreams that you're having are so important to the waking life. Wow. Yeah, so I don't know if it's one, to be honest, I don't know if it's one of the main Asgard ones. I think that it may be one of like the Vanir or Vanaheim. It's not Asgard. It's one of the other worlds. But it's definitely a masculine energy. Let me just ask Google. Okay, in Norse mythology, Vanaheim is the home of the Vanir, a group of deities associated with fertility, nature magic, and the ability to see the future. Prominent Vanir gods include Njord, that's it, Njord, Freyr, and Freya. I did not know that Freya was one of the Vanir. I thought that she was. So yeah, this is the one that I'm getting. So let's see. Let's see. Let me click on that name. So Vanaheim, this is the realm of the Vanir. Okay, one of the two main families of Norse gods, the other being the Aesir. So Vanaheim is described as a land of beauty and abundance, closely linked to nature. So this could be where this fairy energy is coming from. Okay, so Njord or Nord, I don't know how to say his name. This is the one that you were, a god of the sea, seafaring, and wealth. He is the father of Freyr and Freya. So while Vanaheim is one of the 9 worlds, it's the exact location in relation to the other realms. It's not precisely described in the surviving myths. I do know that it's definitely got a lot of fairy energy. So god of the sea and the wind in Norse mythology. So you were god of the sea and of the wind. Wow. He came from Vanaheim and was part of the Vanir clan. Nord was considered the patriarch, obviously, because he gave, well, he had, Freya and Freyr. But yeah, so it says his families, his powers, and his worship. Wow. The wind and the sea, the god of fishermen, he would bestow wealth to those who deserved it. He lived close to the sea, controlling the elements, calming seas, and offering assistance to the sailors in distress. Wow. This is a picture of him. I don't know if you can see that. Definitely, I'm getting a big beard vibe. Wow. So you were talking about, wow, that is so wild that just came through. We were talking about the air. This is another connection that you have with the air. Wow. You have the year of the dragon, air elemental, Gaia, earth sign, Capricorn, land and water. Wow. Yeah, literally. I would read more about him. It also, if you feel drawn to the ocean, there's definitely a reason. Like we were talking about water yesterday. Look at this, the multiverse. So yeah, when you go into the dream state, you know, you're going into the multiverse, which is different realities. Sea gods have very close relation to you for sure. Yeah, girl gone, you definitely were that energy. And I do feel like the difference between the veneer and the Aesir is that the veneer, they came from a plant. Well, their realm was like nature. And so it's all elemental magic, nature magic, that type of thing, and like actual magic, but based off of nature and the elements. And then I feel like the Aesir was technology. They had more technology and were able to develop weapons and stuff. I feel like the veneer were very peaceful beings. It's like wasn't like the Aesir and Jotunheim. Okay, they were like either in an alliance or they just didn't. Well, obviously Freya and Freyr were two of the children that you have, so that makes sense. You give birth to beautiful, beautiful children. Well, it's not that you gave birth, but you know what I'm saying. Your wife did, or whoever you had the children with. You remember you told, yeah, seeing a galaxy and Earth below a tree. Oh my gosh, seriously, the tree. That's a tree of life. That's a tree of life. Look at this. Awake. You have awakened to something. Wow. 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 Oh my gosh. You definitely were seeing the tree of life. That is so cool. So yeah. I also feel like if you started fishing, you would really, really enjoy it. There's something that's so peaceful about it. Initiation. Yeah. This is kind of, these dreams have been an initiation. And this is a beautiful energy. You're awakened that somebody was trying to initiate you to something and you passed. You passed every type of test that they have. I do also feel like you're gaining this magic. It's a portal of magic that's opening. It's like because of this connection, this Norse connection. Like I get that Njord was kind of like a Merlin. Not Merlin, but kind of like a Merlin, like used elemental magic and ruled over the sea and possibly over the ocean as well. Independence. Look at that. The tree. That's so funny. So, yeah, I do feel like you brought independence to your people then, and that's kind of part of what you're doing now. Landing. Literally, look at that fairy's wings. You may have a fairy that looks identical to that with the wings. Maybe they have a different face, but they got that type of wing. This is something that's in your backyard. Literally, it's in your backyard. I was getting that you guys have some that are in your house, but there's something in the backyard. Look at this underwater realm. So yeah, you had connection to the underwater realm. Wow. Choice. Look at that. There's 3 paths in front of that person, choosing what path to take. Wow. Well, I do feel like you've always been a lover of nature, so that's kind of the natural path. Also, you know, I feel like you offered good luck charms to people who would pass through your waters. And so they would always honor you and go through that type of way. And they would try to avoid these other waters. That's why I was like, there's something so important about water. Graduation. Look at that. Yeah, you're choosing to graduate and become the master at this time, truly. And literally, your kids could have graduated. You guys could be graduating. And then for the people in the future that watch this video, this could be about any type of graduating, mastering something, any type of mastery. You have trees in the back and you saw your cardinal again. Yeah, birds are definitely a messenger for you. And red is beautiful. I love cardinals. Look at this, the past. I feel like not only are you learning from your past, but you're graduated whatever these life lessons are, and you're actually integrating this into your current life. It says descend. So you have to descend so that you can ascend. And so you could have been, in the past at your lowest point, you could have been at your lowest point vibrationally, and now something has happened. You're awakened and you're being propelled on an adventure, but basically to ascend. And you're going to be showing other people how you can recover from any type of situation. Peace, what I was just saying. Look at that. See that family in there having peace, how you can recover from any type of situation. It's adventure to peace. What was I saying about Stonehenge and sunrise? Okay, here it is. This is literally Stonehenge. It says sunrise. So it may be important for you to gain peace for the entire day. You may want to meditate at sunrise, or at least try to meditate and journal the first thing that you do. It's just really healthy for the brain. Unknown. Yeah, you have access to the unknown, and the unknown usually scares people, but I see with the moving beyond fear that you're not afraid of the unknown. Like you're more than willing to go into any type of realm or dimension and get whatever it is that you need. Some people are really scared of the unknown, but for you not to be afraid of it just shows me that you're not even afraid of death, which basically takes the power out of these people's hands, because if they can't make you afraid and if they can't lower your vibration, then they really have no hold over your life. They can't do anything. Mastery, especially when you're mastering your own emotions. I mean, literally, that's what the past is old emotions. You know what I mean? Ones that are not serving you now. So it's like you're graduating. Wow. Yeah. The stones glow blue and elemental sigils. Absolutely. And there's a lot of knowledge that the fairies hold that are more than willing to give it to you, but they're not going to give it to anybody else. Look at this. What I say about ascending. You're literally teaching people how to ascend, and the mastery of it. You're mastering ascension. You're mastering this whole process, because first you have to descend to ascend. Olympus. Literally Olympus. So you've got another connection on Mount Olympus. Wow. I do feel like you're a muse. I'm getting one of the daughters of like the sea god. So you may want to research that. That's awesome. I get way excited when I see that. Okay, let's do one more. Is there anything else that they need to know with this deck? The future. Look at this. The future. You're basically changing the future. By you gaining mastery over this process of ascension, you are changing the future for yourself and for your bloodline, because you have otherworldly knowledge and help. Literally otherworldly. And again, just because it's otherworldly doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that it's different than this world, basically. So yeah. So I hope that helped you. Okay, we're at like an hour and 30 minutes. So I think I'll probably finish this collective reading and then shut it down. But oh yeah, everybody coming into the chat, if you send me a $20 super chat with your question, I will make your question a priority. Make sure you guys are tapped in with the notification bell so you're notified when I go live. Okay. Oh, come on. So yeah, this portals was really helpful, this deck. I've only used it a couple times, but extremely helpful. I just feel like knowing that about yourself, you're going to be able to communicate with your guides and you're going to be able to gain. It's like having doors open for you that were not open before, basically. And then you going through those doors in your dreams and bringing back all of the knowledge, because literally that part of your higher self still is being that being. I mean, the deities, they don't really die. Like, I mean, not in the way that we consider death to be, if that makes sense. Absolutely. You guys are going to see the future, and then anything that you don't like, you're going to change it because you know how to take that escalator up into heaven. Especially as kids, you walk barefoot a lot, being in nature so much. Wow. Yeah, I love that. I love that. I would continue to do that. Okay, so this devil energy doesn't stand a chance. You basically have defended yourself from these people, and they're not going to have a victory over you. Whoever was monitoring you is in trouble with God. Like, they're and again, they're going to be in trouble. They're in the 9 of Swords. They are trying to repent right now. I do feel like these officers are being sacrificed. They allowed something illegal to go on for too long, and now they're being punished for it, or fired, however you want to say it. But yeah, these people are going to be let go from their service, from their job. So some of these people could be in the military. Either way, if this chariot energy sat by at any point in time and knew that somebody was trying to do any harm to you through witchcraft or whatever, if these police officers sat by and allowed these people to do this and were knowledgeable of it and knew that somebody was trying to attack you like this, then they're going to be fired, point blank, period. They're going to drop and die like the flies that they sent out to spy. Seriously. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, this is about your inheritance, literally. And if these cops took any type of bribe to literally keep this inheritance or this money away from you, they're gonna literally be fired for that. It's illegal to take bribes, basically. I feel like these people are not that intelligent. They were being watched the entire time because you were being watched the entire time. Also, somebody could be wanting you to change your residence. I would not move just because somebody decides that they don't like you. If they don't like you, they can get the fuck out. That's how I feel about it. Yeah. If this person doesn't like you, they can leave. Because they over these spiritual gifts and abilities, these people are staying up at night crying, depressed. This is pathetic. Because you have spiritual gifts and abilities, well, you're an important person. These people did not know how to value you in the physical, and in the spiritual, it's the same thing. They're on the same type of shit. But yeah, I also feel like somebody wanted to sign a contract for you or take power of attorney over you or something like that so they could have access to this money. But you guys keep going within and being in isolation mode and doing the right thing. And so, you're accessing your gifts, which is basically giving you you already had the gifts. Like I said, you're born with them. It's giving you the information that you need to shut these people down forever. They're not going to be able to recover from this. Literally, because God's hitting them with back-to-back negative karma. Oh, is it? Well, I hope that the energy gets lighter. I think that it's like this is coming to a head. Somebody is going to try to like battle you or some shit. This is going to work out so fucking bad for them. They were already spying on you and watching your every move, but then they want to battle you now. This is like silly. Yeah, you've got an Ace of Cups loving energy. This is God's love for you. This is why I was saying at the beginning that never take for granted that God is doing stuff for you, because God is protecting you from this devil energy and is making your enemies suffer. Truly. And while you're getting an overflowing cup of love, the Holy Grail. Like, God's got your back. And so even if you don't see how you're being protected, just know that you are being protected. Yeah. Look at this, you guys. This is such great energy. The 2 of Wands, this is you having a visualization, having courage, and bringing that work into fruition with the help of the Holy Spirit. This is going to be bringing peace. Your vision is going to bring peace to this world. Seriously, it's going to help heal the masses. And then the 9 of Cups, that's going to be wish fulfillment for you and for everybody else. So yeah, I feel like the only energy that's really trying to oppose that is this Devil energy and the Chariot energy and the Queen of Wands. But literally, I feel like also somebody is misinterpreting the fact that you don't have, they feel like if that because you didn't have a father or a parent or whatever that was there for you, that you're some type of weak person or that you're damaged or that they can play on that. And no, like you're healing your relationship with God. And so these people are not going to be able to play on any of that. Like not like they thought they were. And they're not also not going to be able to stop these natural gifts and talents that you have to see the future and then to make it better. So yeah, that's crazy. But the good thing is that, this, you being the Emperor and the Magician, these people don't stand a chance. And whatever information they were trying to spy on you or get, I would just consider that information to be, it's stuff you've already admitted to. It's like things that would be in your past. But again, Spirit has covered you in such a way that when these people try to go back to your childhood and question people, nobody has any bad shit to say about you. Yeah, good. And exactly, you forgave your father. This is why they're not going to be able to, play on that wound, basically. And it's like when you heal your relationship with your earthly father, everything is like an allegory for something bigger. It's all talking about God. And so knowing that you're not abandoned by God and you will never be abandoned by God, you could never be abandoned by God. And that's basically the wound that we're healing. Okay, you guys, thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. I appreciate you guys so much. Okay. Know that God loves you. Know that I love you. Please like the video. Hit that notification bell so you're notified of when I go live. And continue working on your guys' stuff. Okay. All right. Make sure that you do take some time to drink some water, do a meditation, just do something fun. Let that little inner child come out and play. You guys are going to have a really, really good rest of your day. Okay. All right. I pray for you guys. As always, know that God loves you. Know that I love you. I'm sending you air hugs and lots of love. And I'll see you in the next reading. Peace be with you guys. Have a good day.